always have to start upside down. Sort of, not really. Um, alright. I guess this should be interesting, maybe. We'll see how it goes. This is sort of a first of a more, not professional, but kind of like version of the podcast, I guess you could say. And, we'll see how it goes. This is like meant to translate into the first of into some more long-term or substantial content, meaning like this is more like the mainstream Dinky Tech content, mainframe style, meaning like a lot of stuff before now has just been kind of like flow. And anyways, I'll try to get into it as soon as possible. So there's kind of two sides to this. Let's see how exactly to go with it. So a couple weeks ago, the first portion is something based off of a product that was a product that evolved into the messaging, turning into marketing that turned into a new product as a whole. So it was like a necklace that was gold, just made of pure gold, and the symbology had it turn into a mindset where, in essence, you are taking the ability to transform and transcend into different aspects of space and time through depiction and imagination and visualization to be able to change to a different sort of wavelength or frequency, and therefore be able to transcend time as a result of that. So the necklace therefore became called the real merry-go-round time machine necklace. What else is it called? It was called a gold ring necklace. So that takes that product and alters and transcends it into an actual time machine, into a purpose-giving, message-making, message-transforming product that recontextualizes the nature of the purpose to reinvent the product itself by the time that the product was done with the little messaging situation, so that it was repurposed and renamed merry-go-round, the real merry-go-round time machine golden necklace, circle necklace. And the reason is because circles stand for funnels stand for businesses, and the reason it entailed a merry-go-round is because merry-go-rounds have a famous saying where you need to reach out and grab the ring at any given time, and that's like a saying in life where you can have the opportunity to reach out and grab different rings in life that are coming about and are fluttering around you at any given time. And therefore that ability, that power, that acknowledgement of having these rings just based on mindset floating in front of you, and the control that one has over attention makes it so that they can focus on different rings that focus on the greatest impact in the world if one chooses to, and therefore it just makes a reference to the power, the ability and the power that one has through not only the necklace as a symbol and a reference, but also to the ability to transcend sort of space and time with mindset by being able to shift and shape-shift into different potential and focus use focus and attention for that shift in potential and energy shift as a person, and actually transcend time, because you can do a whole lot of work, years of work, in like 1 minute if you have the right visualization of how to get there through a more linear fashion, and you align with the right frequency to be able to connect with that end result in a faster way. And so therefore it is just an ability that all humans have based around focus, and also using the essence or using packaging different elements to make the package almost like a code to get to the end result by using the tools and stacking the tools to be able to get to the end result as soon as possible. And so that's part one. That's just like sort of being able to transcend time based on acknowledging tools, acknowledging, your attention as a mind, as a vehicle that can take you into different places and actually use it as a time machine, like a real time machine, because you can transcend time. You can spend 2,500 hours watching something on TV and not transcend something necessarily, or you can have deep focus, connect a few dots from different things in the world and make a package that transcends to a different end result, and that end result can have a bigger impact or a smaller impact on the world. And that's sort of the bottom end focus, or the bottom end reason for mentioning that first thing, which is the merry-go-round time machine circle gold necklace. And the second part to that is the conclusion and, like, I guess the punchline, if you will, of this sermon-y chit-chat, talk, podcasty thing, which is evolving in terms of Dinky Tech content, which is trying to be one of the actual first Dinky Tech more serious type of content things, like in terms of going forward, doing more of these podcasts. I don't know if it'll maybe will go down in value or importance compared to this one in the future. I don't know if this one, if in the future it will be as as good as what I think is as good as this next thing that I was going to say, though, which is something that I think is interesting and kind of aligned with the first thing I said about transcending time and this and that with the necklace as a symbol. In terms of, and so this is basically it. This is the punchline, I guess, or the underline of why I opened this podcast to begin with, is that, and it's something very simple and easy to say actually too, and I think it's sort of peculiar, sort of interesting to speak out loud. So that's why I started the podcast, because I didn't know exactly how I would say it. But yeah, so very simple also to say. So it's as simple as saying that in terms of math, like in terms of making an equation in math or whatever, I think the most important symbol and word in the world, which is what I was bothering to mention, is in math the something in math, like, which is the equal sign. So the equal sign is something that has the most significance, I think, in terms of symbology in the whole world. That's what I think at the current day, at the current moment, at the current time. And the reason that I would bother to say that, or have bothered to say that, is because I believe that is because the equal sign is actually able to transpose in a mental image kind of a way into something that is like a physical bridge. It goes from a mental, which is like kind of like digital. It's like it's only electricity. It's a thought, and then it can become a physical bridge into real world to connect to different pipelines of energy throughout, space and time in any given sense, like all around the world in any given way that equal sign is actually true. Meaning, like in math, obviously the purpose of the equal sign is for one side to equal the other. So therefore, that's what I mean. The most substantial, or the reason that the equal sign is the most important symbol in math and the world, now I've decided, for now, maybe that will update, is because of the fact that it's an actual physical bridge for a human to pass from one side to the other based upon using thoughts to connect energy that equals other, energy, basically. And those things could be different bundles of energy. They're different packages on one side to another. And when you have those packages aligned in terms of energy and the numbers and statistics and things like that, like, I guess I could throw out I don't even want to throw out a quick example. It'll dampen the meaning, I think. Yeah, it just means that you actually, if you align with the other side, can connect those dots, and you can transcend thoughts back and forth, and you can live on this side and you can live on this side. Therefore, and it's like a bridge. So you're on this side, you want to get to this side, you want to like connect with it, and therefore if you just connect through, you make a ladder of different things that equal this, like a package of things that equal this response, like this is the cause, this is the effect, and when they're equal, then you can therefore go back and forth, then you can take the cause and you can cross the bridge and get to the effect in essence. So therefore it's like a physical but like a mental, or excuse me, like a mental but like also like a physical bridge, because I mean it just is, I don't know, like it's when it's equal, like then you can cross the bridge, and that's it, that's the whole thing, that's the whole metaphor. I mean, like I'm basically done. I don't want to waste any one else's time beyond that, but that is the topic for today. The equal sign is the most important symbol for that reason, and so I don't know, maybe it'll transcend into new content in the going forward in the future, but trying to do more day content regardless, and also have it be entail a little more momentum going forward, so that it entails like the brand that is trying to be promoted to be able to like get some traction after all one day, so to speak, perhaps based on, I don't know, an ability to also start to use like search words and try to optimize searchable words and such, keywords for connecting with the content, just doing more content, just distributing more content in other ways and places as time goes on and stuff. Regardless, but this is sort of an illusion. It alludes to more of the depth of the type of content that connects to the sound making that Dinky Tech is trying to do, that also connects to like NFTs and certain aspects of manufacturing on the back end, because like the real time machine, like the real merry-go-round time machine circle gold necklace that was invented and manufactured through a peculiar means of mindset that repurposes and recontextualizes a message to also recontextualize the purpose and the use and the intent of the existence of a product to begin with, so that it just kind of acknowledges the ability to reframe to begin with, not only messaging but meaning and weight and mindset, and using this bridge of the equals that was mentioned before to be able to transcend into new realms of thought based on using inference and math and the equal sign to be able to make a bridge to jump into new realms of thought based on, again, like the merry-go-round has an association with a ring, grabbing rings in life, and the circle in of itself has a symbology to Dinky Tech as a whole, for it represents businesses. It represents the potential of a funnel where the center of the circle is the demand for the business, for the product, so to speak. And so therefore it's using equals to be able to make an inference that you can transcend time and space, like by using a golden necklace as a reminder to stay in the mind frame, to be able to continue to transcend time and space by knowing that you can, by having a necklace on you as that consistent and persistent reminder, to the extent where it activates the mentality on a consistent basis, and all those things are equal based on logic. So therefore that product name and that product functionality and that product reality is genuine enough to be considered real, I believe. So it's kind of a two-sided thing, because that necklace was one thing that came from a couple weeks ago. I made a wannabe NFT about it, but I didn't post it as that, so that's why I guess I'm talking about it today. And then connecting that with the equal sign as a physical bridge to be able to use the same concept of a golden necklace, circle necklace made of gold, and equalize that, make it equal to using marketing, using messaging, using communication, using language, using visualization, using mindset, using imagination, using meditation, using philosophy, using conceptualization, using connection to energy, to acknowledge energy and connect to it through statistics and numbers, to be able to therefore make an equals sign, make a bridge from a gold circle necklace to a merry-go-round, a real merry-go-round time machine that's a philosophy, and mentality promotional tool that helps, and someone in their insides to activate those feelings and those sensations. Like, that's the actual purpose and the real use case of that, product that just started as something which is a hunk of metal, or metal that was, connected in like a chain form with a circle that is also metal connected to it, and that therefore equals all these other things through symbology. So that's therefore how the equal sign is the most significant symbol in math and in the world, I guess, in my opinion. And that's the conclusion of this little podcast, chat message situation for now. And I guess that's all. I hope the camera is still on and I didn't push a button to turn it off, perhaps. If not, then that's all. Thanks again for now and such. Maybe later we'll chime in or not. All right, Tinky Tech. Bye, peace.